Hey and welcome again. Today, we'll tell you a story about two men, Renato and Nico, on the boat who saved a drowned animal they thought was a dog but turned out to be a monkey. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel and check the playlist to watch more real stories. Drowning is a major concern for many animals, as it can be a common cause of death. Some animals are more prone to drowning than others, depending on their size, strength, and swimming abilities. For example, small animals, such as rodents or birds, may be more likely to drown than larger animals, such as dogs or bears. There are several factors that can increase the risk of drowning for animals. One of the most common is being trapped in a body of water that is too deep or too swift for them to escape. This can happen when animals fall into pools, ponds, or rivers, or when they become stranded in the ocean. Other factors that can contribute to animal drownings include poor health or physical impairments, such as arthritis or blindness, which can make it more difficult for animals to swim or escape from danger. In some cases, animals may drown because they are caught in fishing gear or other debris, or because they are chased into the water by predators. As an experienced wilderness guide, Nico was used to encountering all sorts of unexpected challenges and adventures. But even he was taken aback when he and his client, Renato Borella, came across a monkey in distress on the river. It was a hot summer day, and Renato and Nico were out on a rowing trip in the vast river in Mato Grosso, Brazil. They had been making their way down the river for several days, taking in the breathtaking scenery and enjoying the thrill of the rapids. As they were floating down a particularly calm stretch of the river, they noticed something strange in the distance. It looked like a dog, struggling to stay afloat in the water. Without hesitation, they directed the boat towards the animal and quickly made their way over. As they got closer, they saw that the dog was in trouble. It was clearly exhausted and struggling to keep its head above water. James and Dave knew they had to act fast if they were going to save the poor creature. Without a second thought, Renato reached into his bag of emergency supplies and pulled out a life jacket. He tossed it towards the dog, hoping it could grab onto it. To their surprise, the dog didn't seem interested in the life jacket at all. It continued to struggle in the water, completely ignoring the floating device. They were confused and worried, as they had never seen a dog behave like this before. They tried tossing the life jacket to the dog again, but it still didn't seem interested. Just when they were about to give up, they noticed something strange about the animal's appearance. It wasn't a dog at all, it was a monkey. They couldn't believe their eyes. They had never heard of a monkey being able to swim, let alone one that needed to be rescued from the water. Despite their surprise, they knew they still had to help the poor animal. They again threw the life jacket into the water, hoping that the monkey would grab onto it this time, which happened as they expected. So they helped the monkey to get out of the water. The monkey let out a loud cry of gratitude as it was lifted safely onto the raft. They wrapped it up in a warm blanket and continued down the river, grateful that they had been able to save the unexpected primate. As they made their way down the river, the monkey seemed to be in good spirits. It was clearly relieved to be out of the water and safe on the boat. When they finally reached their campsite for the night, they carefully lifted the monkey onto dry land. It looked around, gave them a final cry of thanks, and then scampered off into the woods. They watched it go with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that they had done something good that day. They spent the rest of the evening setting up camp and enjoying each other's company, grateful for the unexpected adventure they had shared. As the sun began to set, they sat around the campfire, telling stories and laughing about their encounter with the monkey. They knew that it was a story they would always remember, and they couldn't wait to share it with their friends and family. Despite the initial confusion and surprise, they were happy to have been able to help the monkey in its time of need. They knew that they had made a difference, and that was all that mattered to them. As they settled in for the night, they couldn't help but feel a sense of contentment and happiness. They had spent the day doing something good and meaningful, and they knew that they had made a positive impact on the world. If you see an animal that is in danger of drowning, it is important to act quickly and carefully in order to try to save it. Here are some steps you can take. 1. Determine the safest way to approach the animal. If you are in a boat, try to position the boat so that you can reach the animal without putting yourself in danger. If you are on land, try to find a way to get to the animal without putting yourself at risk of falling in. 2. Determine the best way to rescue the animal. If the animal is small enough, you may be able to lift it out of the water with your hands. If it is too large or too heavy to lift, you may need to use a rescue device such as a net or a life jacket. 3. Rescue the animal. Carefully lift or pull the animal out of the water, being careful not to cause it any additional harm. If the animal is unconscious, try to revive it by gently massaging its chest and blowing it into its nose. 4. Get the animal to safety. Once the animal is out of the water, try to get it to a safe place where it can rest and recover. If it is a domesticated animal, try to find its owner or take it to a nearby animal shelter. If it is a wild animal, try to find a local wildlife rehabilitation center that can help it. It is important to remember that rescuing an animal can be dangerous, so be sure to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself. If you are not comfortable trying to rescue the animal on your own, call for professional help or ask someone else to assist you. If you have a story about a drowning animal, please share it in the comments section. If you liked today's video, please hit the like button and share this story with others. Also, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified when the next story goes live. See you again.